Our next presentation from Conor Kilduff, who will give an experience from the private sector and their involvement with agencies such as the Rainforest Alliance. In January 2008, Conor became Marketing Director for the entire Unilever portfolio in Ireland, including foods, ice cream, home and personal care products. Prior to that, Conor was Business Unit Director for the foods portfolio since 2004. In 2001, he became a Director of the Unilever Board in Ireland. Conor, you're very welcome.
This is not my usual type of gig. Normally I sing. And generally I'd be better roving around, but I don't know much about the subject, so I'm going to read. And also I tend to go on a bit if I just use the microphone. So there's an element of what I'm going to read here today, but because it's a subject that is actually quite technical, some of what we do about corporate social responsibility is quite technical. Some of it is just plain good sense. There's a couple of things I'm going to cover with you today. The first is just to introduce you a little bit to Unilever without labouring it. I want to talk about the importance of corporate social responsibility to our business. I want to talk about our strategy, our corporate social responsibility strategy, and how we are bringing it alive. Sorry, thanks. And I want to give you a number of examples in practice and spend most time on what it is that we're doing with Lions Tea and Rainforest Alliance. Without further ado, a little bit about Unilever. So Unilever, it's the name, most people don't know what Unilever is about, but it's a name, it's one of the world's leading consumer goods companies. We've operations in around 100 countries, and obviously we've sales in around 150 or a little over that. Our products are present in half the households on the planet, which always kind of astounds me. We have 160 million times a day someone somewhere will buy a Unilever product. We have a turnover globally of about 40 billion euro, and that turnover is generated through approximately 400 foods, home and personal care brands. And the brands that would be dear to us here in Ireland are things like Dove, Persil, Vaseline, Sure, Lynx, HB Ice Cream, Lions Tea, Flora Spreads, Hellmann's Mayonnaise, North Soups and Sauces. It's quite a collection of brands that most of us, if you're running a business, would give your left arm for. So it's a really big business. With that business and that level of brand presence and that size comes a responsibility that we believe we take very seriously in Unilever. And actually our consumers expect it of us. And I suppose on a party political broadcast, in fact, just to say to you that our corporate policies on corporate social responsibility, our internal code of business principles, and our own policies on sustainability are actually what our employees consistently point towards as reasons why they want to work with us. So all of these things have an added benefit in terms of employee retention if you were to just pick one aspect of it. So, what is the importance of corporate social responsibility and what does it mean in Unilever? And I'll try to sum that up in just a couple of points. At Unilever, the role and the remit of corporate social responsibility is consistently developing to keep pace with the changing expectations of our consumers and the opportunities that it presents for our brands. And obviously when I get to Lions Tea, you'll see what I mean by some of that. Corporate social responsibility is about turning social, economic and environmental challenges into opportunities for our brands, for innovation, for business development and for competitive advantage. We aim to manage and grow our business successfully and sustainably as a trusted corporate citizen around the world, respected for the values and the standards with which we behave. And I don't say that lightly because often people look at things like that and essentially they look at us as a profit-making organisation. You don't really care, do you? This is all palaver, but it's not. Because without a sustainable presence and without that level of corporate social responsibility and those values, actually we wouldn't have a business because people expected us. In Unilever we recognise that we can only achieve our long-term business, therefore, if we find more sustainable ways of conducting our affairs. We believe that Unilever, like other multinational companies, can and does play a significant role in economic development and in poverty reduction. We can stimulate economic growth through international trade, and we can facilitate social progress through the development of human capital. So what is our corporate social responsibility strategy, and how is Unilever bringing trade, ethics and corporate social responsibility to the forefront of our business? So again, sounds a little bit highfalutin, but Unilever's mission is to add vitality to life. And it's quite a lengthy statement. It goes on to say, we meet everyday needs for nutrition, hygiene and personal care with brands that help people feel good, look good and get more out of life. Now, again, when you develop a statement like that, there is a significant amount of thought behind that, and it stems from the very roots of our business, which had that sort of mission as part of its roots to embellish people's lives. We've tried to distill that in the Irish business into something a bit more simple, and it just keeps us going all the time. We call it, our mission is to make life better every day. For our consumers, our customers, and the difference between consumers and customers is you and me as we eat and consume our products, and our customers being the dumb stores and the Tesco's of this world, our community, our shareholders and our employees. But we must do all of that in a sustainable way. Today, social responsibility and environmental sustainability are core business competences, and they are not fringe activities. We're extremely proud of our long-standing commitment to sustainability and responsible business practice. The long-term growth and success of our business goes hand in hand with ensuring a sustainable future for the planet and for its people. And increasingly, we are finding that we can only achieve our objectives if we find more sustainable ways of doing business, in what we describe as doing well by doing good. We've set out the following 4 strategies to develop our global corporate social responsibility practices, and they're around these 4 areas. The first, to integrate social, economic and environmental considerations into our business and our brands. To focus our global partnerships on nutrition and hygiene issues. To continue to work on our co-efficiency, supply chain management, employee health and safety and community investment. And to focus on climate change, water, packaging and sustainable agriculture resources as our key sustainability themes. Starting in 1998, we developed good agricultural practice guidelines for 5 key crops, and they were palm oil, tea, tomatoes, peas and spinach. Our guidelines track progress against 11 sustainable agriculture indicators, including water, energy, pesticide use, biodiversity and social capital. We subsequently extended our programme into a number of other crops, including olives, sunflowers, gherkins, rapeseed oil and dairy products, which are key ingredients in many of our brands.